Hey, it's Tara. Did you know that within 24 hours of listening or reading new information that you will forget 80% of it? I just found this out. And what's interesting is when I look back at the last year and all of the Audible books I've listened to, all of the webinars I've attended, all the podcasts I listened to, all the books I've read, yes, at least 80% that I have forgotten. And what I've also become aware of is that just learning something new, just increasing your knowledge is not the same as change or transformation. And we often think just reading a book, just listening to a book, just getting new information is the same as being devoted to personal growth. Learning is important. It's a factor in personal growth, but it is not transformation on its own. That information that you learn has to go somewhere and it has to be integrated and applied relatively quickly or it gets lost. So one of the ways that you can do this is, yes, consume a lot of information that interests you, for sure. Be a lifelong learner and constantly be stimulating your mind up with positive information, things that you don't already know, so you can increase your relevance in your own life. But then find somebody to share that with, because a great way to learn and integrate knowledge is to share what you've just learned, is to teach it. When you teach something, you actually really integrate the knowledge and the content by sharing it in a teaching mode. So find somebody to share it with, share what you know, and even better if that person is also really interested, curious, smart, and that they can debate with you so that you can start being less passive with the information that you're getting and a little more critical. See if it applies to you. See if you can challenge it. Start developing some critical thinking skills so you're not just a passive recipient to all of this knowledge that you're not actually applying into your life. Anyway, you want to make it worth your time. If it's lost, it's a waste of your time. So try those two things. And then the last part, which is really the most important part, is what are you listening to and why? Are you listening to something because you are interested in personal growth in this area? Then what are you doing to apply it into your life? So if you listen to a book on relationships, how are you taking the stuff that you are talking about and you think is so interesting, fascinating, fantastic, anything from Esther Perel, I tend to feel that way about. How are you applying it into your life within the next 24 hours? Not reading an entire book and then thinking about it and then scheduling it out. What are you doing with information that you get within 24 hours to implement it into your life as action? Because when you take action, when you actually apply it into your life, when you create new habits because of what you've just learned, when you create new ways of thinking, when you start investing in new behaviors, you really implement learning far better than any other way, but you also won't lose what you've learned because you've implemented it. Then, with all of those steps, you come to this place where it's transformational. You can go from learning to implementing to true transformation, really diving into personal growth in all of its stages so that you can change your brain, change your body, change your relationships, change your work. You can actually change into the person you want to be and live the life that you want to be only when you implement information. Knowledge is not enough. You need to apply it. You need to implement it. You need to create your own personal growth through being disciplined in finding ways to put it into your life within 24 hours and continuing to do that with the best science that we know about creating new habits and behaviors. So don't be fooled into thinking that just learning a lot is enough. It's not. Knowledge is not the same as change or growth or transformation. It's one step. It's the first step. And you have to do all of the steps to really get there and enhance your life.